What lessons can we learn from the Holocaust? Why is it relevant to us today in the 21st century? I wish to share with you 3 lessons which I've drawn from the Holocaust. First, one lesson we can learn from the Holocaust is that what happened in Germany can happen elsewhere, and has in fact happened elsewhere, such as Rwanda and Burundi and former Yugoslavia. The fact that Germany had a high civilization did not prevent the German people from following a charismatic monster. What this suggests to me is that our veneer of civilization is very thin. And when this is stripped away, we are all intrinsically capable of committing great cruelties against others, especially against those who are not like us. We must therefore always be on guard against any attempt to demonize the other, especially minorities. That is the first lesson. The second lesson is that anti-Semitism and what it represents in terms of discrimination and prejudice against people who are different from ourselves is predominantly, but not exclusively, a Western disease. We should be on our guard in Asia against any temptation to import this disease to Asia. In this respect, I was therefore surprised to read in the memoirs of Elie Wiesel, the Nobel Peace Laureate and Holocaust survivor, that anti-Semitism is rising in Japan, a country with very few Jews. And this is in his book, volume 2 of his memoirs, entitled "And the Sea is Never Full" at page 289. I was shocked to read in the International Herald Tribune a few days ago, on the 14th of January 2012, that one of former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo's defense counsel, Ferdinand Tapaccio, is an admirer of Adolf Hitler. And I'm dismayed that politicians in some neighboring countries have used anti-Semitism as a card to arouse the electorate and to win votes. Let me, however, make one important distinction. It is not anti-Semitism to criticize the policies of the government of Israel. And I'm sure Ambassador Amira Anon will agree with me that Israel is not infallible. It is perfectly legitimate for us to evaluate, to praise, or to criticize specific policies of the government of Israel. It is, however, not legitimate for a critic of Israel to deny the Holocaust. The Holocaust is a historical fact. It cannot and should not be denied. Third, the best way to prevent future acts of genocide is to strengthen our adherence to human rights and to the principle of non-discrimination. We must make it absolutely clear that to discriminate against any person on the basis of his race or religion is absolutely unacceptable. This is a core value of Singapore. The evil of prejudice has no place in Singapore. And for this reason, I strongly support the Singapore Presidential Council on Minority Rights and the Maintenance of Religious Harmony Act. And I here warmly welcome my brothers and sisters from our interreligious organization. The work of the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission on Human Rights and their ongoing exercise in drafting the ASEAN Declaration of Human Rights are very important and deserve our support. And I'm therefore very grateful to Mr. Richard Magnus, a member of the Commission, for accepting our invitation to speak this afternoon. I'm also grateful to Mr. Madhav Mohan for accepting my invitation to speak on the important work he's done in Cambodia in helping to bring the leaders of the Khmer Rouge regime to justice. The only way to prevent future acts of genocide is to strengthen our respect for human rights and the rule of law in all of our countries. We should also grow the culture of inter-ethnic and inter-religious tolerance and harmony. Some skeptics have said it is not possible to legislate the human heart. A wise man has replied that while it may be true that we cannot legislate the human heart, we can try to curb the heartless. I will now call on the first speaker this afternoon, the distinguished ambassador of Germany to Singapore, Angelika, let me see if I can pronounce your name properly, Fitz. I want to say by way of introduction that Germany is one of the few countries in the world which has come to terms with its past. And I think many countries can learn from Germany. Please join me in welcoming the Ambassador of Germany.